Morning, everybody, and you're welcome to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. And today being Wednesday, the first after my break, is a day for me day. So I'd say good morning to everybody. Good morning to Auntie Bunmi herself. Good morning to Sheriff, who held the fort when I was away. And also good morning to the stallion, Eshinla. You know, that she named herself the stallion.
God.
Yeah, what is old cut? It's not an old cut matter. Sorry, I just have to continue going with this cough. But I think it's getting better. Morning, Diola, how are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Well, since it's a Diabomi day, before we go into the context, because some of the things we have here, married to a violent wife, I can't sustain relationships, torn between two suitors, afraid of running into my ex, scared of my violent mom. Before we go into this current trend about this Equatorial Guinea man, what are your thoughts on it? In a nice manner. In a manner, this is daytime. So, in a manner in which you will not be so blunt, you will choose your words carefully. This was also, you handle it with gentility. You will not live up to your reputation as a stallion in the description of your reaction. Anyway, so what are your reactions to it? You sympathize with the man? Or with the woman? With the woman?
I don't sympathize with anybody, Uncle Jimmy. Some people have some kinks, some fetishes that they just want to do it. So, personally, I wouldn't do that. Because if you think
even if you would, you wouldn't say so.
No,
I'm just saying.
No, I will. I will say so.
Okay, you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind filming yourself when.
No. I'm saying if I don't mind doing it, I would have said I don't mind it.
So you have gotten some requests for some people. I mean, it's obvious now.
Because Uncle Jimmy, you never can tell. You see all this social media craze and everything. You never can tell where those videos will come up. Even if the man says he wouldn't show them, you can't tell.
Just like this instance, the man. Let me put it on record that the man. It wasn't as if he distributed the tapes. He had another problem entirely. They went in search of his house and found the tapes.
You see,
300 of them.
Anything could happen.
And of which it is being said that 4 of the women have committed suicide because these were highly placed society women. And I'd like you to know, Diola, like I told Sheriff this morning, that you'll be surprised that tapes like this are in many homes.
Yes.
Tapes like this are on many phones.
Yes.
Tapes like this are on... In the case of these women, it was apparent from the tapes that I saw. I think I've seen about 8 or so of the 300. I don't know if the rest will still come. But it's just to study so that I can do a thorough analysis. It's not... Sheriff too was trying to insinuate something this way. But I looked at it, and the women were complicit. Because in two out of the 6, the woman actually, he adjusted the camera. You could see he was looking at the cameras. And, for us to be adults in the room, since the advent of the use of camera phones, people have done all kinds of things. Some had done in the past and realized their folly. Unfortunately,
it's just coming to
there was somebody who they were doing it between themselves and then sent the laptop for repairs. One woman and the woman who later became his wife, they were doing these things and they were enjoying themselves. And it was being said later that the man was forced to marry the woman. And when I say forced, within himself, he said, I better just marry this woman. They both agreed, filmed it and watched it. But we would just say that people should be very, very careful.
And I think this one is bad is because they are not... it's with different women and not a couple. If you find a tape of me and my husband...
if I find...
Yes.
Are you talking
Uncle
to me or
Jimmy.
talking to Sheriff?
You, Uncle Jimmy, and you want to say Jola. I can say, but we didn't think it would go, but it's me and my. It's not.
Yes.
You know, it's not.
No, I don't. Look, people can laugh all they want, but these are things you could do privately.
Exactly.
But the thing is, the only problem is that in the world of today, anything that you do under the sun. Do you know that from the comfort of your room, there are some high scale infra whatever cameras that your neighbor can use to pick?
Yes.
Especially if you leave your door, your window open at night when NEPA is gone. You understand that? I mean, so
I've even heard that there are some high-tech TVs that when you put them on and they're on the internet, they are looking at you. I've read those articles a number of times.
Oh, we've had the in fact, you also need to be careful. Do you know, for example, that there are some sites that you go to where you can be seen and you won't know?
Mm-hmm.
You won't know. For instance, if you go to some sites and you are watching something undesirable, you also will be filmed and you won't know.
Mm.
And then they can come out with a complete package to say, oh, this shows Adiola Bankole who was observing a threesome, things like that. That kind of something.
For some, three.
But the other thing I'd like to ask you, though, is, which I asked Sheriff. Sheriff almost fainted when I asked him. I also almost fainted when he asked me.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to think about how do you think men would react, their husbands would react to what was seen?
Of course.
It's a miserable thought. It's one thing for you to imagine, but it's another thing for you to see physical evidence. One of the tapes shows one of the wives being confronted. And the man, first of all, confronted her. She had a lot of confidence in saying no. And then the man now showed her the phone and said, look at it. She just broke down and started crying.
That's why those things are risky.
Very risky.
And you see, one of the things about this internet and all these things that I still don't get is, if you take a picture and you say you don't want it and you delete it, where does it go to?
Maybe next door. It must go somewhere.
Because it's either you fall off the grid completely or you don't do some things.
No, there is something called a footprint.
Mm-hmm.
People need to know
it.
There's something called a footprint or a fingerprint, and that's why I always advise even people who use fake names for Twitter and whatever. You can trace in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because the moment you put a SIM in the phone, you leave a trademark. You leave a mark. So we all need to be very careful. I think that the Yoruba adage that says "Mashe ni mamo,"
Mashe logun mamo.
So we should all be very, very careful. Maybe it will cleanse society.
Mm.
This guy, I'm sure a lot more people had been on the rampage in the past, more than he has. It's because he has the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So how far bad do you think infidelity is these days? On the men's side, that one is a given.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be going into the 90% area. I believe that close to 90% of married men in this country of ours have been through infidelity. I will not reduce that percentage.
Women, Inko.
Women will be thinking of about 75.
Well, I don't have the statistics, but
no, not that I have. I mean, it's from because I can almost say that you will be having 7 out of 10
women
at one time. Okay, so let's do it this way: married for 20 years, 7 out of 10 at one time or the other would have strayed.
I don't think. Maybe 5%.
5%.
And majority.
Maybe we add another 5% for those who almost got to the last minute and then fell back.
No, they haven't done the deed now. So why should you add them? Anything. Anything could have happened, Uncle Jimmy. You see, this issue of, including for men, I'm not putting up any excuses. There are people that are willing participants. There are situations that It just happens for either the man or the
For
woman.
the woman.
So I'm not holding brief for anybody,
Mm.
but when the other party is going to react, you should also, is this the kind of man that he really is? Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened.
Mm.
We are humans. As much as we try to hold
To be
maybe
on the straight and narrow.
yes,
Yeah.
anything could have happened.
Yeah.
Anything.
I mean, for instance, look at the number of DNA cases that are coming up is on the high side. And that's because I think that marriage vows, are they realistic? I think they were just made to protect society, really. But I think that in reality, it's something. So you mean that you'd want a woman who is in her 20s up till the time she's in her 60s, she'd have only known one man? If you look at it, let's be real. If you look at it from a natural perspective, it's almost impossible.
It's almost impossible, but it's also possible.
It's also possible, but the possibility is less than. It's almost impossible, Deola.
I think it's just about discipline. There are some people who are with their partners, either the wife or the husband, and discipline, and they have convinced themselves that there is no better person. Like we were discussing, there are other men who will admire these women now, and they're able to say no, or they flee. Like the Bible will say, flee. Don't. It is better you flee than to stay there and think, oh, I can overcome any temptation. Exactly, I can handle it. There are, just like men will fall more into the traps because of what they see.
Oh, men even sometimes go on the hunt.
Exactly, they are willing participants.
They are willing participants. That's it. The men's one is a different thing.
It's a different thing. But for the women, a lot of things could have happened. It might be from home. There are people whose husbands' egos are not in check. They drove them. They just see somebody who is willing to pamper them a bit, and they fall. And we have different thresholds. A man might just, like I tell my younger son, once they put a hand on the woman's neck, she's gone. There are some women. There's nothing you want to say under the sun that will make them follow you or make them accept to that kind of relationship.
Unless you know where the Kickstarter is.
And well, if she shows you, there are those that they know their weaknesses, so they don't toy with it. I know my weakness.
What's your weakness?
I won't toy. Why do you want me to say that? I'll tell you where you're on break. So they don't toy with it. There's only like I am strong enough. I've prayed. And
so what he is saying, in effect, is that women, with men, let's bother, because I think they are wired that way.
Bless you.
So I think what we're saying with women is that women need to guard themselves. For example, I would feel uncomfortable if I had my partner going to the gym without me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'd feel uncomfortable. There are some. I didn't say that. I just feel uncomfortable because you see, there are some activities that could bring a man and a woman together, and the woman could get sunk in even before she ever got to think about it. You go to the gym every day, you see this same guy, you exercise together, you begin to do this.
You start to talk.
And
if she doesn't get attention at home, and she's getting this attention here.
Even see, women are human beings just like men. Everybody responds to special attention.
Yes.
And the grass is always greener on the other side. Except when somebody when they become bologbos like you. Sometimes you can decipher. No, it's true now. Let's be honest. A guy is looking good, drives this car. It's some experienced women like you that will know that if you leave the comfort of this one man that adores you and go to this one, you belong to a very long queue. And he was probably here yesterday with another person. And then you can then rationalize it out. But there are some activities sometimes that you could get sunken, even at work. If some women have mastered it to the point they don't get too close to guys, go to eat every day, go to this every day. because there'll always be a crisis between you and your partner, and the rabbit if you open that small rabbit,
there's a crack.
Once there's a crack, it just slips in, and there are people who are good at that. But if you experience, you will know that it might not be sustainable once it gets. And with men, it's so funny. Once they have cleared, once the eye don't clear, there's all kinds of funny things can begin to happen.
That's it.
It's let's see what the audience thinks. Let's we might have to discuss this today and do this full day Bunmi maybe next week or so, or we'll do a bit of Bunmi. Can we open up our lines?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
201-2770-993 and female 0201-465-7190. Our friend here has been very uncomfortable. He's been fidgeting with his mouse and clicking the same thing since morning, which means that he's hearing and he finds the discussion very, very uncomfortable. I don't know what he would do if we were in such a circumstance. For me, I would break down.
That.
Story.
I don't know why those women committed suicide. Yeah.
No, the women, these were high society women. I mean, come on, give me a break. Jola, listen, if you have, I don't want to mention names, but I mean, if you have, like, this, they had high ministers' wives.
Uncle Jimmy, after
a governor's wife, the president's sister.
Uncle Jimmy, after 2 weeks, another news will break.
But they are married, they have children.
The worst that will happen is if they get divorced.
It's not as easy as that. It's not as easy as that. And I like people to call in and tell me what they think. It's not as easy as that, Jola. Not that I support suicide. Even for the man, the damage that could even be done to the man. For you to see the video. It's one thing for you to hear that your wife was seen in a hotel and so on and so forth. It's a completely different thing for you to now see the kidney.
Uncle Jimmy.
Kidney. I will die. Yeah, my law.
Yeah, Jimmy.
I'll kill myself.
Story.
No, suicide is not good. It's a sin. I won't kill myself, but I will go.
You go where?
Mama law.
Where?
Eh? I will go to the train station. Instead of me to wait in the ticket stand, I will wait on the rail.
On the rail.
Okay, let's hear this. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle JD.
Morning. Who is speaking, please?
Morning to your guest, Mrs. Oboli calling from Ikorodu.
Okay, please go on.
Uncle JD, I really don't agree with your statistics this morning, but it's your opinion anyway. I think I still go with what the stallion has said.
Okay.
It all boils down to discipline.
Okay. Fine.
Not all men, and probably for the men, statistics might be correct. But for the women, honestly, I don't agree with what you said.
Okay, fine. I mean, I have no problem with that.
Exactly.
It's only that I can tell you that men are more knowledgeable about what women do than women.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
okay, yes. So that is it. Men are more knowledgeable. We are the ones, Alan and Phil. We know those who play center forward, play back, and play goalkeeper. Yes, what?
Uncle Jimmy, with what you just said, men are more knowledgeable. But do you also know that the same girl can sleep with 10 different men?
Yes.
And then all of you 10 men will say, oh, women cheat. And it's just one person. The same person that you will take to Abuja is the same person Mr. Sheriff will take to London.
Why would Sheriff go to London and now go to Abuja? What kind of not? I don't like. I mean, Jola, don't come and
but you see, I
feel insulted.
When you men now sit to talk, when you men now sit to talk, you are two men talking about the same girl, and you assume that it's.
Jola, we know what goes on in town.
Yes,
but town. You're not there for town, babe. You're not there for town.
Uncle Jimmy.
Now we dey town. I think you say you're not there for town. Let's pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning, Jimi, Disu.
Please pick another call. I can't hear you well, sir. You have to call back. Pick another call, please. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Disu, morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
Respectfully, sir, you know it's in town, sir.
Who are you? Do you know the latest thing? When I was away on holiday, I heard that the latest thing now is who are you? You know, as per what Oyibo said. Do you know me? Yeah, we'll make you disappear. You don't know anything. You don't live for town. Quickly, because we have less than a minute.
Yes, sir. I think so. I think so that I completely agree with everything Mr. Stalin has said.
Yes.
That's why I said yes in town. Especially when you say that a woman can sleep with 10 men.
Yes.
Nobody will know. But men will be shouting. Women are better than.
But the men she did with will talk.
Hey, but you assume they are
Unless in town, you and this man should meet yourselves.
Uncle Jimmy.
You're on the other side.
We are telling you
something. How many more minutes do we have?
Less than 20 seconds.
Less than 20 seconds. We'll take a short break and then we'll be right back.
All right.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, this dollar wahala now wow. Everything just dey expensive. Na true, but make we look am well, my brother. See, your shoe na from Italy, your shirt na from Turkey, your phone na from China, your car na from Japan. In fact, everything wey dey your body so na import to the import am. Abeg, how that one take consign dollar? If price of dollar go come down, e get many things wey we suppose do. Like wetin? Number 1, we suppose dey export pass how we dey import. Number 2, we suppose dey buy more made in Nigeria products. Number 3, make we support local business. And number 4, if you wan send dollar and other foreign currency enter Nigeria, make we dey use international money transfer agents. Hey, what you dey talk dey make sense o. Oh, country people, make we join hand reduce the pressure on our naira, grow our export market and increase forex inflow. Na our hand e dey o. This message na from Bankers Committee.
Some take their descent to the streets, while some take their descent to the skies.
Mayday! Mayday! We have been... Ladies and gentlemen, these are your new captains. This flight has been hijacked by the madmen.
Get behind the cockpit and witness the most audacious protest ever staged in Nigeria's political history.
Hijack 93, now playing on Netflix, with plans starting from 2,200 naira only.
You define better odd. I bet you one play cause over 1.5. I bet you one bet to say both team no go score at all. Yeah, we get better payout. No worry, we there for you. Our odd chabra out. In a day for bet baba. To feel we money, bet baba. Cash out today easy or bet baba. We get online games for you to play. Oh God, all I want. Yeah, we get better bonus. Money me no dollar. Yeah, na bet baba day so. Cash up, no sharp. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
It's so good to win in the Cowbell So Creamy, So Good promo. With 150 million naira worth of cash and loads of free airtime up for grabs. To stand a chance to win, simply buy 10 sachets of Cowbell 12 gram or 1 Cowbell 320 gram refill pouch. Submit the empty packs to any collection center near you and exchange the sachets for a scratch card. Scratch the card to reveal a unique code and text the code to 1393 to enter the draw. Promo runs from October to November 2024. For more info, visit www.cowbell.ng. Terms and conditions apply. Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
In every corner of Africa, there are stories waiting to unfold. Stories of strength and wisdom woven through time, teaching the next generation, igniting the flame of knowledge, embracing tradition, nurturing dreams, and building legacies. These are the heroines who inspire generations, because W Initiative empowers women to take control and be the architect of their future.
Being part of their legacy, the W Initiative is searching for 100 African women who have inspired their communities. Visit powerof100.thewcommunity.com to nominate African women who deserve recognition. Your nomination counts. Access more than banking.
This November, prepare for an epic clash of intellects. I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Competition is back. November the 11th, 2024, 32 of Lagos's brightest secondary school students will step up to the mic, where words become weapons and ideas ignite battles. From Monday, November the 11th at 4 p.m., they'll face off in fierce debates with only one goal: to be crowned the I Beg to Differ champion. Every round is a fight for glory, where one brilliant mind will rise above the rest. Who will be crowned the champion of thought? The ultimate showdown of wit, wisdom, and will is about to begin. I Beg to Differ Secondary School Debate Competition Season 8 commences Monday, November the 11th at 4 p.m. For sponsorship, please call or WhatsApp 0805-581-5844. I Beg to Differ is proudly supported by Card Center Nigeria Limited, Codros Group, Obi Wizzy, and Lucas Green Fashion House.
Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College, Lagos.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
You're listening to Jimi Disu right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Right, welcome back. Welcome back to the Daily Digest and the Dear Bunmi segment. Unfortunately, this topic came up and I felt it's something we might want to thrash thoroughly. Remember, tomorrow I'm going to be here with Tunde Arogumati, who is a member of the Nigerian British Council or something like that, British whatever, and we are going to talk about the Kemi Badenoch became the leader of the Conservative Party. And the leader of the opposition in the UK is as good as a prime minister at some point, because anything can happen. And so we're going to look at some of us are not too happy with what the young lady has been saying, using it as a footstool to climb to the top. Some of us who have a stronger Nigerian spirit than British. I'm British, yes, but I'm British by birth, but I'm Nigerian by nationality. I mean, that's there's no way. Yes, you carry British passport, you're British, you're this and that, but you know within yourself that, and particularly when she talked about the demand for reparations being a scam, that completely was off-putting. So we'll be discussing that tomorrow. So I have the stallion here. Do we still continue with that discussion, or we take one or two of the stories? But our phones are buzzing. So let's take one or two more calls, Abi, Mr. Sheriff.
Yes, we can do that.
What do you think?
I can do that.
Hello, good morning.
Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
Yes, you have Manu on the line speaking to you from Ekwe.
Yes.
I think I know you are going to talk about this today. I commented on your post yesterday.
Yes.
It is messy. Very, very messy.
Mm.
And I've always thought about it that you shouldn't even start it in the first place. Talking about recording also, because you don't know who might lay his hand on those things in the future.
Mm.
It's very, very messy. And people involved in this, how they are going to get out of this, that is why I don't know. As for the chairman, the guy at the top, I wonder the kind of mentality he has. And again, one aspect of it is that is it that anybody who is corrupt and then he wants to go after the person, if the person probably offer his wife, might that be a so-called, to trial of corruption in that country? That is why we need to examine people at the ends of affairs, to evaluate their psychological capacity.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Diola, I think the man he doesn't need counseling. I think he's sick. It's some kind of mental imbalance. Unfortunately, I don't know. I've never been to Equatorial Guinea. Wait a minute. Was this where Comrade Akpan said he wanted to? I can't remember. He said, no, I think he wanted to. Where did he say he wanted me to go? Anyway, it's a mental imbalance. Everybody has one imbalance or the other. Some, it doesn't come to the fore ever, but it's hidden. You know, and this is this man's own. Definitely, it's not a normal. This is not a normal situation. Do you think his wife knows about this?
She probably does. And there's
And
nothing
so
she can.
She's not going to be affected by all this.
Everybody will see that it's her husband now. It's an embarrassment everywhere she goes to. They know
Do
it's
you
her
think
husband.
she will kill herself?
Why should she kill herself?
It's not as Kuleto now. I mean, I was just asking.
Why should she kill herself?
Hey,
No,
just tell me gently.
Why should she kill herself? She won't kill herself. She will kill herself and leave the children behind.
Should she sack him?
Well, that's between them. I don't know.
I don't know whether I should ask if you were in her shoes whether you will sack your husband.
No, I won't sack him.
That's what I hear. I hear some women they say that
No.
whatever happens, they're not going to sack him.
I won't sack him. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean he's not sacked because I won't sack him.
What do you mean? Let us get some clarity.
So there is there are consequences for every action you take. If you think if you sack him, your life will be better. Because the embarrassment will continue, whether you sack him or not. And then the man that we are talking about.
Wouldn't that kill something in you?
That's why I said.
If you notice that your husband has been sleeping with 200 women.
That's why I said, because I didn't sack him doesn't mean he's not sacked. It would have killed something inside of her.
Can it be rebuilt?
For me, it's most likely will not.
Because what you do get sometimes you hear, the wife stood by him, and so on and so forth.
That's just for the photos now. This is not this man had an affair with a woman, with 3 women, with 4 women. It's not the case of all those flings, all those. This is
300.
Yes, with videos. Apart from.
It's a pity. I wish we could talk to a lawyer to know if he has committed a legal offense or whatever it might be.
That's why he said, were those women really participate? You know, those women look at the camera.
What somebody we spoke to just now, I don't want to mention the person's name, because he didn't tell us to mention his name, that he's only one. I saw about 6. I have 6 or 7. You want me to send them to you?
Mm-hmm.
I should send them to you?
Yes.
Because
I still don't believe all those women.
No, go and look for yourself. I've deleted the 7. Which guy I still don't believe. But in the 7 tips that I saw, they were looking at the cameras directly.
They could have been hypnotized. Uncle Jimmy, do you think that kind of man, his news would not have gone around to other women? Are you saying all of them?
What we hear is that he's a man, he's good looking.
So?
Weight is what is good looking. Physically is fit. This is a stallion of a man.
A horse.
He's a horse. So and that he had a lot of money to spend. And they were willing. I wish I could call the man who also saw the other ones, ask him if he didn't get a feeling that they were willing. Sheriff, do you have his number?
No.
No, I don't know. Okay. But you can see that they were willing. They were looking. There's a way you look at a camera, even when you watch movies. Sometimes you see some actresses, say, they were quite willing. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And maybe when I get more of the tips, because they keep telling me that, Jimmy, you will soon get all the tips. I will have 300 of those things before I finally delete.
What analysis do you want to do again?
Further analysis. Let's speak. I think we have a caller.
You have a caller, yes.
Further analysis will show.
Okay.
Do you want me to send you the 300 tips?
Hello, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning, sir.
Morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, your
good morning.
Co-worker. Yeah.
So,
based on my analysis, I think I disagree with the analysis.
Okay.
You understand? Because if the men are not shooting with themselves now, they will be with women too. So if they are 90, women is also 90 because it's both of them that is accomplished. Now, I'm just going to Equatorial Guinea now. Imagine if these 400 people file for divorce. What will now happen to that city? 400 children will become from a broken home. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and it affects the mentality of the children.
Well, I think this is my reaction to that, and I'd like you to react after, is that the home is broken. And anyway, divorce is just the legal side of things.
Mm-hmm.
The home cannot be the same again. What if the children see these videos? That's it.
Oh, yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So,
yes.
What do you think, Jola?
Well, there's space for forgiveness.
Yeah. Some men will actually they'll forgive their wives if they repent.
Exactly.
Huh? I was about to ask you, but I was afraid.
Because
and if you want to ask a question, can you please put on your mic? So what did you say? Sheriff, what did you just say now? You wanted to say something?
No, I didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything. Okay, you said your mic. Yeah. Okay, so yes, I'll answer your question. I'll be bold enough. No, I will forgive, but I'll walk away. There is something called I always use that word. The video is the law of constant reminders.
Mm-hmm.
That the video is there. By now, it will be on all the porn sites. Okay, when you have some funny people sending videos around, it will keep coming back to you, and at every point you'll be reminded. It will be bad enough if I'm caught in such a situation, it's better for the woman to leave by herself.
Why?
Yeah, because it can't be the same again.
Uncle Jimmy.
I'm being very honest.
Uncle Jimmy.
If it were without the videos, then there's a way your mind can play it out, and you can. Breaking news in the pond. Can I read it?
Yes, sir.
Breaking news in the pond. Lagbaja dies at 56. The chief of army staff. It's breaking news in the pond. Yes, I think whatever I had was terminal. So breaking news on the Punch online says that chief of army staff Lagbaja dies at 56.
Yeah.
It doesn't say when he died, but may his soul rest in peace. So what was I saying? So with the evidence floating around,
Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
If we flip this around and a woman's video, he had slept with 300 men, and there are videos.
Ari?
Wait, and there are videos.
Yes.
Would you say their wives should forgive them and the men should just walk away?
See, it's not what I said just now is the way that I would react, and a lot of men would react that. Some will forgive, some will not. I said I will forgive, I will understand, but I would better just walk away.
Okay.
Because of what I call the law of constant reminders, where you avoid things that will keep reminding you of this. I mean, for example, we've had cases where, women have committed adultery, and there's a product of a child out of it. The couple then decide to still stay together and then keep the child in their homes. Every time the man sees that child, you keep reminding him
of
the infidelity.
Okay, so if the man had a child out,
it's not a thing for. It's not a thing for.
We are all humans.
It's not. No, it's not a thing. I'm telling you the natural reaction. I'm not talking. I'm not trying to justify one against the other. It's not a case of. Let's ask. I mean, Sheriff, maybe we can get you to talk a bit about this. Can a man forgive? He said, if a woman has slept with her.
If this video was flipped around,
and it's the woman that has slept with 300 men, and then you now say you want to keep her married. You want to kill me?
Uncle Jimmy,
wicked woman. Say something that if it was that the woman was the one who had done this thing with 300 men.
Yeah.
That she was not asking me that would I divorce her or whatever.
So I honestly do think that the wife should leave the marriage.
Exactly.
Because apart from the fact that the man was being reckless and being a pervert,
Yes.
It's also an embarrassment, a shame
Yes.
on the family, on the woman, on the children as well. This is not going to go away. If they think that it's just going to fly by and then it will
No,
go,
it won't.
it will not go away, especially for the family. For the other people
Participants.
who did it, those ones can still, I mean, it's just one video, it'll go and everything. But for the family, no, it won't go away.
It also depends on the personality. If you send tips around, video me doing whatever, if you want to learn one or two tactics, it's your headache, not mine. That's for me. but listen, in a scandal like this, the man himself is a dead man walking. Somebody's going to take a pot shot at him with 300 different most of them married. Mm-hmm. Most of them mature, most of them high society.
That's why I still
most of them wives of ministers, wives of pastors.
That is why I still believe this man's news would have gone round. These G's fly now, so you are willing.
Are you trying to insinuate that before these videos
they would have known him? They would have known about him.
Yeah, so all these women you are talking about and saying they are willing participants, I don't believe all of them could be.
I said they were looking at the cameras.
Yeah, looking at the cameras doesn't mean.
No, listen. A willing participant is somebody who knows they are being filmed. In one of them, he went to adjust the camera twice to look at, or to bend down, or to angle here. Is it? Then he went and started, and he kept looking to see if. Come on, the participation. What I would say is that don't forget he didn't distribute these things.
Yes.
In searching his house,
he could have.
But where could he have put it? Did he put them on discs?
Uncle Jimi.
Or put them in a USB?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Or had he recorded them on tapes or stack and labeled them?
I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know where he kept them.
I also think that, I mean, these are probably not all the videos. That some must have been kept because they maybe are involved with other. I mean, he was involved with other very, very highly placed individuals. In the country.
He was. Yes.
So I'm sure that these are not everything. This is just
there's more than this 300.
I suspect. Yes.
Anyway,
what did you want to say?
I still insist that all these women could not have been in their right minds.
They are not.
So it's not.
Is that what you were saying?
Yes,
I thought you were saying that they were not complicit. They could have jolly well been complicit. I don't believe that. They thought that it was something that would make him happy. We were telling you. See, what we are told is that sometimes when you see something that excites you, you tend to forget the dangers that go along with it. In that moment, what we heard is this guy, Equatorial Guinea is doing very well financially to the political and the elites, just like we have here. You get what I'm saying? This guy must have been loaded to the hilt.
So, young Jimmy, if you say there are women...
So he was giving them money.
If you say there were highly placed women, meaning their husbands too or their homes would have been well off.
There are a lot of highly placed women that don't have money of their own.
Very true.
Yes, they were big man wife. They not get money. Yes.
I believe you. But...
whether you believe it or not, there are a lot of highly placed women who don't have money of their own. There are lots of highly placed women driving SUVs and whatever all over the town, closing down, and they're not getting shishi. It's the man that picks the bills. Kenny. Let's call out their second base.
So if the man is picking the bills or giving money for something, you can't start saving.
There are some women who need certain monies to do certain things. They want to buy jewelry, they can't ask their husband. They want to buy. This man, they said, controlled a lot of money. And then apart from that, some of them will be attracted to that. You get what I'm saying?
I don't get what you're saying.
You can go and do program with your friend at night.
Saying.
Let's speak. We'll transfer the discussion to Uzo. You can discuss it at night when everybody is asleep. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. My name is Disu coming from Jibo.
Yes, sir.
Now, concerning this issue, you said they don't have money. So if they don't have money, must they go and do such just because they want to have money? It doesn't all go well. They are married women for kind of love. And so one of them was even pregnant. I mean, it's just so disgusting.
Oh, you knew one of them she's pregnant? I didn't know.
Yes, from some comments that I read, but I didn't even watch the video. But from some comments that I read online, one of them was pregnant. People confirmed it.
Well, yes, I mean your point is absolutely correct. Nobody has justified what they're doing. We're just giving reasons why it could have happened. But I need to read some messages here. Kelvin says, my good friend Kelvin says, Uncle Jimmy, if not me, that's the end of the marriage. And I will never get married again in life. Good morning. What else? Ah! You guess who asked me to send her the video? You see. Mama. This person, if you are not careful, I will announce your name that you want to watch the video. Well, I will have mercy on you. Who else is here? I'm getting a lot of private messages. Okay, this is from Blade, I think. I don't know. There are already some rest in peace marriages about Lagwaja. Our friend says that I should send to him. Babani said he wants to see the tapes. All right, so we'll soon have to go. It's 9:51. How many more minutes do I have? We will keep this there for me for next week. 4 minutes. Yes. Okay, so we have to make our closing remarks. So in closing, Adeola Bankole, also known as the Stallion, what are your closing remarks?
You should be careful what we do.
Yes, we need to be very careful.
Jokes apart, media and
you need to be very careful. And you don't know, you don't know a man of that status. I'm sure they all. Let me tell you though, he's not the only one doing this thing. There are loads of elites, loads of them, who have cameras. There are a lot of kinky people around. So you better know that. And he was, in his case, it made it evident to but there are loads of cases where you wouldn't even see the cameras. And it can be used as blackmail and so on and so forth. So we call on people to be extremely careful. Adeola Bankole, the Stallion, thank you very much.
Thank you
for coming. We'll be calling on you again before Christmas.
Thank you.
I particularly like these shirts. And I'm wondering if a man wore it, how it would look on him. With a nice, it's a nice shirt. I've been admiring it since moment.
Thank you very much.
I just said I'd like to. I didn't say I admired you. I said I admired the shirt.
Thank you very much.
And don't forget the grey color that we. He already has the buba, so it's just for him to sew the agbada.
Okay.
The grey color, so grey anyways, light grey.
Does he also know there's a private jet available?
He knows everything.
Yes, there's a private jet, so we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. There'll be police, there'll be patrol, there'll be escort.
Escort.
We'll take escort. That's where we draw the curtains for today. It's been nice talking to Adeola Bankole and the sheriff. And tomorrow, like I told you, Mr. Tunde Arogumati will be here and we'll talk about Kemi Badnoch. What's coming on the horizon is next week, Saturday. We'll be paying a tribute to Ambassador Musbao. And he'll be here next week, Saturday, to talk about his life of activism, of course, which led to the loss of his sight and so on and so forth, and how he has been managing and staying relevant ever since. So I think for two reasons, the story will be very interesting, and also is the least we can do for him, given the sacrifice that he made. He got blinded during the June 12th crisis. And I'm not sure if he did get any compensation. So the compensation is people like this that sacrifice for us to even have. But if he had run for political office, nobody would reckon with him. Ganifa that put his whole life on the line, his money and everything. When he ran for election, he didn't. I'm not even sure he won a award. That's Nigeria. And to the family of Lagwaja and to the Nigerian army, our condolences. And may his good soul rest in peace. Nigeria has lost a good soldier, We lost a good soldier. He's soldier. Right, Sheriff, I'm going out of here. Yes, sir. Deola Jekamalo, let's go.
All right.
All
Bye-bye.
right? So I'll see you all tomorrow at 9. Bye.
It's not just the news or information.
It is more than you ask for.
What is our fee? When Lagos State says this organization is meant to help us out, and the people working there are not helping us out.
You have a situation where people say it's normal that if your husband doesn't beat you, then he doesn't love you.
Where madness seems to be normalized, you will become mad.
And more of the rush you just can't stop.
It's the station for more talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.